I think the temptation to rush this little section and try and chuck up as much as you can, as quick as you can, is like, you really want to just get it up there because then you sort of get the wall done. But all the prep work that you do on this bit really sort of helps later on. It's little bits like sanding the edges before you put them in. So I've actually painted the inside of the cubby holes. So if I then go and stick a load of sandpaper on it, I'm going to scuff all of that up. It's sort of like the prep work that's taken a lot of the time. And now that I've got these cubby hole bits done, I should be able to get the rest of it done fairly smoothly, hopefully. So making progress on the walls at the moment, and wiring things up as I go, just to make sure they're all working. So just touching on yesterday, we cladded this whole wall up here. So that's neatly cladded all the way down to the bottom. This section here is going to be plywood, which I'm going to work on later. I'm currently working on this section of wall, and now we have a little light switch panel. So these are touch sensitive and dimmable LED lights, which we have two up the front and two up the back, which doesn't seem like a lot, but once you close the doors, it's actually pretty good. The other thing that we've also got is 3 LED strips, one under the upper cabinets on this side, one up on that side, and also one above the kitchen. So there's going to be plenty of light. You can go around and just tap all the little touch sensitive LED switches. This is the control panel for the inverter, so when you turn that on, you'll get an amber light, that will go out, and then you get a green light hopefully. That means it's running, and that means that the plug, which is going to be here, you can see the blue cable I've got there, so that's going to be on this side of the bench here. So that'll turn on, and then you can, you know, use a blender, charge a laptop or whatever you want to do with it really. There's also a cigarette lighter there which can incidentally charge a MacBook if you get the right adapter, which is what we've done in Willow, so you don't end up just wasting power going from 12 volts to 230, 240 volts and then back down to like 12, something like that. Cubby holes are all in there. Maybe in a future build what I'd do is put like an LED strip under mounted in each of those, so you could turn it on and have like ambient lighting like boxes maybe. I don't know, maybe that's an idea to play around with. I've done all this wiring, looks like a bit of a mess, and some people would say, you know, you should shorten all of these wires and get them nice and tight, but the reason I've left a fair bit of length on them is if you ever want to take them out, I keep forgetting they're not like click buttons. If you just like touch them, they do turn off. If you ever want to take them out to like change them, or if there's something wrong with them and you need to replace them, if you've got such a short wire on the other end of it, you give yourself no like slack to basically try and get the wire out, which is nice and neat with flat wires behind walls. But if you ever want to try and change something or you have to fix something, it's an absolute nightmare, especially when you start having to cut holes out of walls and then replace sections. So what I've done with the upper cab is basically fill out the sides. So I've put both side panels in, put all the TNG on the back, that's going to get painted white, and then I've put 2 filler pieces in and caulked them all in ready for painting. So they're ready to be sprayed. There's another piece of wood to go and cover all of this bit up here. This bit has been left open for now, so I've still got some cabling clearly to do. And then the second thing that I've started on the walls for the upper cab. So sort of framing out each side, so left and right. Obviously it's a bit of an intricate cut, but managed to cut it in nice and tight. You know, any gaps in there can just be caulked. It's all getting covered anyway because the tongue and groove and the ply on this side sort of gets cut around this area, and then all of this gets covered up anyway. But it's still nice. It's still nice to have a satisfying cut. So yeah, I think I'm just going to crack on with this upper cab, try and get all that framed out, and then the idea being that once this bit here is all done and screwed in and secured, I can put a batten up on this side, which means the ply that's going to be on this section of wall can go right the way up and have something to pin to on this side. And the same on this side here, get the insulation out of the way, the tongue and groove will then have something to tack to on that side. Just gives it a bit more strength and properly supports the wall. So, cool. So just using cardboard, it's the old Stanley box, just to make a template. So I made a template for this side, cut it out, made it slightly bigger, and then sort of refined it using a compass. The other tool we're using is this circular cutter. It's from Ferrex, and basically it's like a pizza cutter with like a guide. So you press the button and it spins the blade, and it just cuts through, you know, this insulation stuff, cardboard, thick card, whatever you want to cut. Need more clamps. Never have too many clamps. Go rough cut this out. So the first pass is pretty much just a rough cut. So you see I've left loads of space below and obviously here, so I can keep scribing this and scribing it up until I get it correct. So that's the plan. Let's go and do that. Okay, that's both sides now done. So you can see one side there and one side there. Let's cut in nice and neatly. And that side nice and neatly as well. The inside's looking all right, all drying up, ready for spraying. Just got this up a bit to do, and then we'll edge all of these bits later on.